Hey everyone, welcome back. So I decided to take $1,200 and try to buy as many cars as I could. So my goal with these cars is to try to see if I can either trade them for something else, trade up, I should say, or try to flip them for a profit. So I browsed online and I tried to find the absolute cheapest, somewhat attractive cars I could find, and this is what I came up with.
All right, so here we go. This is car number one. This is a 2002 BMW 3 Series. Um, it's a pretty good shape. It's a 325i BMW 3 Series. It's in pretty good shape as far as the body goes. It does have a couple rust spots right here, and this stuff here is all held in by some house screws. The mirrors are somewhat rough. It's not a big deal. The sunroof does not work. The previous owner told me that he could not get it to close, so he taped it up in order to have it not leak. So I actually managed to get it closed, and I took off the tape, but you can still see the tape marks here, and I still got to take some of this stuff off here. The windshield is cracked. There's nothing wrong with that door panel there, but the window won't go all the way up, so I put a bag in there so the water doesn't get in, and I removed the panel in order to try to fix the rails, so I'm gonna get to that. But the interior is not that bad at all. The seat is a little bit ripped, but the carpet looks like it's in great shape. There's a ton of spare parts back there. Overall, not bad at all. It's got aftermarket lights, tail lights. He did tell me he swapped these rims out, so these were not the original rims. There's some rust spots right there. Seems like there's a small dent right here and another one right there. Aftermarket halo headlights. Bumper looks all right. So this car here runs and drives. It does have a check engine light on, and I did pull that code. That code is for secondary air injection system, so mostly affects emissions, not too much drivability. The car is idling very nicely. It actually does move. The car runs and drives. The only issue it is having, I can't get it past third gear. So as soon as you get past third gear, it goes into limp mode, and then it won't let you leave second gear. I believe it stays in second gear. So it might need a transmission, or maybe it just might need servicing. I know these transmissions tend to leak out of the oil cooler, so I got to check all that stuff out. But I paid $500 for this car, so even if I need to replace the transmission on this car, there's plenty of room for profit on this one. So I'm gonna keep you guys up to date on what I do with this car. I'm not gonna get it tip top. I just want to get it to where I can actually make profit on this car. So I'm not gonna invest too much money. I know the car's value is not all there, but the car has low mileage. The car has somewhat low mileage. It's got about 130 something thousand, which is not that bad. These cars are known to get up to 200 plus, so I shouldn't have an issue flipping this one. It drives very nicely when it is running. If I switch it over to manual, I can actually drive it around for a while, as long as I don't get up to higher speeds. But it might just need this transmission. I know I can get this transmission for right around $300, and that still leaves me with plenty of profit. So I'll be happy if I can flip this one for a profit. Now let's get over to the second car. Let me show you that one. And boom, This is car number 2. Car number 2 is a 2006 Charger. This thing is it's a little rough from the interior, but the exterior is not terrible. It does have some fender damage there. The headlight does, or at least the side marker is broken there. It is missing some trim down here. I have a couple rust spots back here. Some more rust spots back here, but that stuff is easy to repair. I'm not too worried about those. Overall, the car looks like it's in pretty good shape. I'm kind of happy with this one. The interior is a little bit rough. So I don't know why they cut the carpet here. I haven't actually checked out the condition of the seats. Hey, they look pretty good. So they put some seat covers on it. So I got to remove those seat covers, see what kind of condition the car is in. It is filthy, very nasty, very dirty. I got to pop these back in. This car is it's not terrible. It's got 167,000 miles. Now here's yes, the car runs and drives, but similar issue as the BMW. On this one, as soon as you start it, it's already in limp mode, so it doesn't have to wait to shift to go into limp mode. It just stays in limp mode. And I can't go past 20 miles an hour on this car because it's in limp mode. But it runs and drives. And I picked this car up for $250. It's an absolute steal. And here's the thing. I saw it's got the ABS light on. I know the traction control's turned off on this car. And I know the brake light is on. So I know there's an issue with the ABS on this car. So I am hopeful that it's maybe the wheel speed sensors, or I know there's the that little ring that the sensors sit on that tends to go bad on these cars. And I did notice that when I move the car, I hear some grinding coming from the back wheels. So that's where the wheel speed sensors are. And I'm really hoping that that's the issue on this car, and it'll be a very easy fix. And if it is, I should be able to make a very nice profit on this car. The owner told me it needed a transmission. I don't know if it does. So even if it does, though, $250, absolute steal. I should be able to dump a transmission in this car fairly cheap. It's not the Hemi, it's the 6-cylinder engine. So I should be able to get a nice affordable transmission, or even maybe pick up another one of these cars and use this one as the parts car. I don't know. I'll see. I got it so cheap. It's definitely worth it. There's plenty of good parts in this car, even if I don't use the car itself and maybe pick up something else. But I got this car so cheap, I can literally junk this car and still make a profit. So not bad at all. Let me get you guys over to the third and final car that I picked up for $1,200 total on all 3 cars. And here it is, guys, the third and final car I picked up for $1,200, all 3 cars. That is not a bad deal. So this here is a 2005 Jeep Liberty. This thing is pretty solid. So again, the body is not perfect. There is some rust spots under the front 2 doors, actually all 4 doors. But again, it's not bad. There's the back wheel. It's actually got a spare in it, which is nice. It does have a tow package, it seems like, in it. It is very solid truck. Doesn't have any serious body damage. I mean, this is not that bad, to be honest with you. The interior is absolutely clean on this one. You just can't ask for anything better for the money. Man, oh man. This one is not bad at all. So this one has 149,000 miles. It's the 6-cylinder. It does have a check engine light. But it does have a check engine light. But I pulled that code and it's only an oxygen sensor. This truck runs and drives great. The owner told me they were having issues with the transmission fluid. So after I checked it out, I realized it's just the transmission oil pan gasket. The transmission oil pan gasket is leaking, or maybe the pan itself, but that's not bad. I added some fresh transmission fluid and this thing shifted perfectly. I picked up this truck for $500. $500. You just cannot get a better deal than that. I picked this one up for $500. Runs, drives, mileage is not terrible. It does have a check engine, but easy fix. I did notice that the shifter here was not shifting very smoothly. It was real hard to move, and I just went under the truck and lubricated the shifting linkage, and it shifted perfectly. There was no problem with it. Everything in this truck works, so that's not bad at all. This is an absolute sick deal. So I'm not sure exactly what to do aside from that pan gasket. I might just throw that down there and try to flip this one. This is going to be an easy one. The other two might be a little bit lengthier, but I should be able to get those things done as well very quickly. I should be able to get those things done very quickly. Shouldn't be bad at all. So just a quick recap. Total spent on these three cars was $1,200. Paid $500 for the Jeep. I paid $250 for the Charger, and I paid $500 for the BMW. So I guess total $1,250. And I got 3 running and driving cars. They all absolutely need some work, but it should not break the bank, and every single one of these cars should be able to make me a profit, if not give me good trade value for something else that I can trade up to. So if you guys haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to build my subscribers here, so that'll give me some motivation to keep going with these videos, keep making some new content for you guys, and help you guys stay tuned to follow along and see what else I do with these cars here. I'm trying to get a couple of these moved as soon as possible, especially this Jeep here, since it doesn't need that much work. I'm probably going to try to get this one maybe moved this week if possible. So stay tuned, subscribe, and hit the like button. Thanks for watching.